Good morning, everybody. This is Todd with the Forex Nitty Gritty Insiders daily video. We've come to the end of another week of trading, and hopefully you've had some successes as the market has moved, and we've seen some volatility come into play. We, of course, are still dealing with some things that we don't normally deal with, which include the symposium in Jackson Hole, day 2 of that. Unemployment rate in Europe stayed at 11.3. Italian CPI came in at better than forecasts, so did the flash estimates. Now, we do have, let's see, a couple things coming up here. Chairman Bernanke is going to be speaking. That is something that is going to be obviously looked at closely. Consumer sentiment, inflationary expectations, and Chicago CPI are coming out here kind of at odd times today, so keep an eye on that. We also are going to be dealing with the market closing and the Jackson Hole Symposium going on tomorrow for its third day. And then we jump into a market that is experiencing bank holidays, not only in Canada for Labor Day, but also in the U.S. for Labor Day. So on Monday, it could be interesting. Australia in the evening on Monday has its interest rates coming out, and so there's a lot of things that potentially could cause some added volatility in the markets. So anytime there's a holiday, 3-day weekend, traders like to take some time off, and they end up closing out early, and the market usually gets pretty choppy. So be very careful about holding things over this upcoming weekend. Now, I want to just spend a few minutes here reviewing the simple trading method. And the simple, which is exactly that, simple trading method. Or sometimes we'll abbreviate it, the STM. First thing we look for is, what is the trend? Is the trend moving up? Is the trend moving down? Is it moving all around? If it's moving in a deliberate, and that's kind of key, doesn't look like deliberate, but that's deliberate trend to either the upside or the downside. We don't care. We're going to then look for a pullback. And that's going to be to either support or resistance, depending upon where the trend is headed. If it's an uptrend, it's going to pull back to support. Downtrend, going to pull up to resistance. 3. We're going to look for the HH3, or the highest high of the last 3, or the LL3, the lowest low of the last 3. Depending upon if it's an uptrend, we'd look at the highest high of the last 3. If it's in a downtrend, we'd look at the lowest low of the last 3. And that's the basic setup conditions that we're looking for. So as we blow this up just a little bit here. As we're looking for the trend, we're going to look at what the price is doing, and this is an okay example. This is a 5-minute chart of the Aussie dollar, by the way. You know, overall the trend is moving up. We get a pullback, pulls back to some support. Here's an old high here that can act as a resistance area here, acted as support in here, back here acting as support. So when the price moves above the highest high of the last 3, And this big candle kind of throws it up. So if we go and we look at what it looked like real time, our highest high of the last three would have been right there. And I'm assuming that this is a right as this closes, so 1, 2, 3, this is the highest high. We get our next candle. And you can see that it does not get us into this trade. But now the highest high of the last three is right here. Move forward. That's still the highest high of the last three. Still the highest high of the last three. Eventually, we'd have gotten in right here. Not at a great price, but we got in nonetheless. You can see that it ran up from there. So that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the price to start to move back up and entering in as that price begins to move back towards a trend. So make sure you understand that, the rules for entering into the simple trading method. If you have questions, let me know. If not, we'll be back on Tuesday, the beginning of the week this week with the holiday. So if you have questions, let us know. If not, have a great weekend. Be safe, and we'll talk to everybody soon. Thanks.